This season, first 2 games that Chelsea has played, they are still singing, "Oh Thiago Silva, oh Thiago." That's somebody that lived. Thiago Silva was on 120,000, half of what Sterling was earning. And would you compare the impact Thiago Silva made?
Yeah.
Chilwell only played 30 minutes in preseason. The man doesn't like him, and it happens with some players. A new coach comes, they don't just like you. Not for 300. I disagree. Not for 325,000 pounds per week.
Today we'll be talking about Chelsea's treatment of their players. Chelsea is famously known to sign and sign and sign. And right now they have a big squad. Almost like 43 players.
Negative press.
43 players.
Negative press.
What are you doing with all those people?
Including the person talking. Negative press. This is what I call negative
you're just saying
press.
this as a Chelsea fan. You're trying to defend your club, but
negative
this
press
is crazy. I don't understand how
the most hated club in England, because we spend money. We have money to spend. Everybody is jealousing us.
But you're spending money and there's no results.
Negative
43
press.
players now. That's a lot.
Press.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
but let's talk about the players though. There's been in the news. There've been some players that have been confirmed that are leaving. They are going to be sold, right? And on Futbol Kings, we're calling them the Chelsea bomb squad, right? Because obviously Maresca has come out publicly and said that I have 20 players. Previously, he had 21.
And I support him. He has 21 players.
Is that no? Previously, he had 21, but that one has been moved over to the bomb squad. And now he has 20 players he's working with, or maybe 21. And he's saying, in order for me to work with the extra people, you have to pay me more, which we heard publicly from Chelsea's.
I support him.
But Chelsea now, like all these players that they've shipped away into this bomb squad to be sold, is this the right way to navigate it? Is this the right way to treat them? Because you have some people I personally feel can still be squad players, in my own opinion. One example I would say is Trevor Chalobah. Right, Chalobah can still stay in the squad.
Yeah, we can argue.
Your defense is not the strongest. You need defenders, right? Make it competitive, right? Make it competitive.
But we don't know the club's inner plan. We don't know whether they still want to spend some dollars or pounds sterling on bringing in a defender. Right? No one knows. No one knows these facts.
True.
Right? Only Todd knows whether he wants to spend money on a defender. We have the money, so let them spend it.
But spend the money if you have it, right? Why? Okay, but see the way you're spending the money though. You're buying people that are unproven, right? Even from last season, buying somebody like Caicedo that was just one season wonder and now he's in the squad and he's struggling, right? Spend money in the right way. But anyways, let's look at Chelsea's bomb squad and take the conversation from there. These are the players that are currently in the bomb squad. You have Kepa.
Who is Kepa? I don't. Who is Kepa?
Well, wait.
These are unknown names.
Would you say Kepa is better than Sanchez?
Never. Oh, please don't bring back the Kepa nightmares, please. I beg you, please. No. Kepa.
What's the difference? They're almost the same.
Kepa that was substituted during Sarri and was telling the coach no. John Terry said if he was on the pitch, he would have gone to bundle him out. Please mention Kepa. Please, next.
Okay.
Next.
Lukaku, you guys are looking for a striker.
Lukaku is dead meat. Someone that came in and said he loves Inter. Lukaku is a mess.
Lukaku can give you goals.
He's not been a Chelsea player for more than 2 years, so I don't know who Lukaku is.
Okay, so you have Chalobah, right?
Chalobah, yes.
Yeah,
I can say yes.
We have Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling is, to me, it's just a waste of money and waste of time. That's Raheem Sterling.
Boys, he's not that bad. Anyways, we have Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, Ben Chilwell has always been on injury.
Okay, we can understand that. But then, if you're talking about him being on injury, why is Reece James not on this list?
We can come to Reece James because Reece James is proper. It's what we call proper Chelsea, right? Proper Chelsea. Right from when he was born. Right, he was born with a Chelsea jersey, a Chelsea crest.
Nah.
Do you get? Ben Chilwell was bought from Leicester.
But you can say the same thing for someone like Chalobah. You can say the same thing for someone like Gallagher. They've been in the team for a long time, but they've been sold that one is up for sale.
Yeah, but you can't say Reece James. If you say Reece James, the crowd, the fans, they will be fighting Stamford Bridge.
It'll be crazy.
It will not be the case of you sold Conor Gallagher and everybody, you sold Galadog and everybody was just looking at you. It will be proper fight in Stamford Bridge. I'm
Wow.
telling you, you can't say it can't no, so you can't do.
So what about Fofana?
Fafana is unknown gunman. We don't know Fafana. Angelo is going on loan. Bestrom is going on loan. David Washington was part of the mistakes these people have made. He can play
Yeah.
in the under 21. He's
Yeah.
just 19 years old, right?
Yeah.
Tino Anjorin is from our academy. You go on loan.
Yeah.
Alex Matos, same thing. Harvey
Mm-hmm.
Vale, same thing. And
Yeah.
Mondo Broja is just not good enough for us. So he too
Even
is
even
going
as
on.
a striker, you don't feel like Broja should get like more chances in the team.
Broja is always, the painful things about Broja is that when you bring him on, is when Chelsea has more chances, clear chances
Mm,
to score.
yeah.
And this guy end up missing everything. We complain about Nicholas Jackson, but
Mm-hmm.
oh boy, oh boy,
But
Broja is
I don't feel like Broja got minutes like that though. Do
oh
you
he got minutes.
last
No,
season? I feel like he wasn't really used last season as much
He
because he gave you the penalty against Man City, right?
he got minutes under Pochettino. He didn't use it for anything. He didn't use it for
Interesting.
anything. He went to
Interesting.
Fulham and he wasn't used.
At
Right?
Fulham.
Yes, he went on
Wow.
loan to Fulham and he wasn't good enough to start.
The bomb squad has a lot of players, and people have mixed feelings about it. Me
Yeah.
personally, I have mixed feelings about some players because I feel like there are some players on that bomb squad, right?
Mm,
Like we call it, that could still make it into the first team, right? And
okay.
still be like, even if they are not starters, they are
Mm,
good as squad players. What
mm,
happens when there's injury? You have
mm.
them step in, come in and get some minutes, right? But
Yeah.
let's talk about the Raheem Sterling controversy. Let's
Yeah.
use that to drive our conversation on how Chelsea treats players. What do
Yeah.
you think about this whole Raheem Sterling situation? Because me personally, I'm feeling like he didn't treat him well, right?
Ryan Sterling is just it pisses me off when I just hear this because it feels like the case of Ryan Sterling is more like you break up with your girlfriend and your
Mm.
girlfriend is saying you must be my boyfriend, and I'm like we've broken up. Leave me.
Leave me
We've
alone.
broken up. They say no. I've been with you for 2 years.
Yeah,
In this
yeah,
dating game, you must marry me.
by
You must
force.
you must put a ring on it. That's the case of Ryan Sterling.
Damn.
Ryan Sterling's case is you must put
Mm-hmm.
a ring on it.
Mm-hmm. He
He's
wants to
if
stay at Chelsea.
you how can wait? I don't get this thing. Put
Mm-hmm.
the statement. He released a statement
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
10
Let me put
minutes
the statement up.
before.
Mm-hmm.
So just to get an idea, the Daily Mail got to know that Sterling was not going to be in the squad. But
Yes.
before then, the Friday, the coach put Sterling aside, according to his press conference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Put Sterling aside and told him that the way he's playing, he might not get much minutes in Chelsea. It would be better for him to go somewhere else to find minutes. That was the conversation they had on the Friday
Yeah.
before the Man City game. Now,
Yes.
the Daily Mail now had info about Chelsea squad, which I just find funny.
About Raheem Sterling not being in Chelsea squad.
In Chelsea squad for Man City. Now, they
Yeah.
now reached out to Ryan Sterling's camp.
Mm.
Ryan Sterling's camp
Interesting.
now replied, and the response
Wow.
was now released 10 minutes before the match. How on earth do you do that? Why? Even if the coach was not considering like pushing you aside, that
Yes.
alone. There are several times he's not been in the squad. One or two
Yeah.
or three times he's not been in the squad under Guardiola. Did he ever have the audacity to release a press statement?
Ah, no.
He's
No.
feeling the problem I have with him is that he's feeling too entitled. You can't say he's been as like half as good as Eden Hazard.
Oh no,
Do
you
you
can't.
get do you
Nah,
get what I'm
nah.
saying?
Yeah,
You
I
say,
get you. I
oh,
get you. Yeah.
you say Ryan Sterling is contracted to Chelsea Football Club for the next 3 years. He returned to England for 2 weeks, 2 weeks early to conduct individual training. So what? And that's your job. You are paid 325,000 every week. Positive preseason under the new coach, who he has developed a good working relationship. He's committed as ever to delivering at the highest level for Chelsea and the fans, who he holds in high regards. And given his inclusion in the official club's pre-match material this week, our expectation was that Ryan Sterling will be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. Now, before we even go forward, you
Mm.
mentioned the fans. Now, I would like to tell you that Chelsea fans don't like you. They don't like you since the time we had a penalty. You knew that Cole Palmer was our penalty taker and you bullied him off taking the penalty. You went yourself to take the penalty. I think it was against Aston Villa. And you now missed the penalty. Since then, that match alone, he was booed. He was booed off. And Chelsea fans have hated him since that time. I won't say all Chelsea fans.
But there's
Most.
a number of them.
Most.
Number of them have not liked him since then.
Chelsea fans also don't like him because of he's done so many things. There was a time he had, I know I'm bringing so many Ryan Sterling stories now, horror stories. There was a time we had an opportunity to score in one of the games against Wolves. I remember clearly. We had Sterling, we had Jackson, and we had Cole Palmer. We had the keeper on this side.
Yeah.
On this side, rather. We had Sterling, Jackson, Cole Palmer. And we had the keeper just in front of Sterling, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that every normal player, what do you expect every normal player and a player that is not selfish to do?
Pass.
You have to. If you are even scared that Nicolas Jackson would not score, you have Cole Palmer on the far end. And the truth about the matter is Jackson and Palmer are facing an open net. And you are facing the keeper. So even if you just laid it aside tiny bit, okay, don't choose Jackson. Jackson might play to the keeper. Choose Palmer. You had two good options and you decided not to pass to any of them. You decided to go to score alone and you now missed. We lost that game. I will tell you that Chelsea fans hate Raheem Sterling. I don't like Raheem Sterling.
I mean, I agree, right? But just like Raheem Sterling,
put up the statements. As a camp, we've always had a positive dialogue and share from Chelsea about Raheem's future, whatever. You can put up his stats. It's just irrelevant. I just feel like they are trying to force themselves on Chelsea. This guy earns £325,000 weekly. As someone that put up his stats, as someone that earns £325,000 weekly, you cannot be on the bench. And it's a big shame if he just wants to stay at Chelsea to be on the bench and be content with that.
But what if he takes a price cut though? What if it's known that, hey, we're revising your contract, you're now a squad player for us, and he takes a salary cut? Was that option offered to him?
Was he ready for that offer? You saw in the statement that he has 3 years contract with Chelsea and this. That statement, does it look like they are willing to adjust anything in the contract?
It almost felt like he's expecting to be like a priority.
He's currently the highest paid Chelsea player. So now the question I'll ask you, I'm going to get your opinion. Or do you want to say something?
No. I was going to say that yes, he released the statements, right? But this came from what I know about the situation. This came as a shock to him, right? Everything looked good.
Why was
traveling with the squad looked good?
Why was it a shock to him? His preseason was poor.
But from the outside looking in, you would think it's preseason. People are getting in shape. Players are allowed to make mistakes, right? It's preseason.
He came 2 weeks before every other person to train. Who is meant to be in shape?
But typically, teams might not perform preseason. But in the season, things might happen. Don't you feel like this is a rushed decision?
I
to
still
kick
saw
Sterling
the
out.
same Ryan Sterling that I've seen in the last 2 years. Dribbling to the front in the final third, does not know what to do, loses the ball. He's just a matured form of Mikhailo Modric. That's Sterling. When Modric is just is a different player. When Modric becomes more mature, if he doesn't take time, he's ending up like Sterling. There's no difference. Sterling is a matured form of Mikhailo Modric. Just dribbling. The difference is that Sterling even had speed when he was younger. Don't forget speed at dribble, right? He dribbles to the final third, doesn't know what to do, picks out the wrong pass. Like I've just mentioned what happened in the Wolves game last season. Picks out the wrong pass or loses the ball. Few times he does something with it. 1 or 2 games in the season, he carried the team on his back and made something happen. Fine, but you are paid 325,000. That's what you should do. Do you get? That's what you should do.
But looking at his stats though, compared to other Chelsea players, he scored 8 goals. He missed 11 big chances, which means if you think about it, maybe you could have gotten more goals. Maybe you could have gotten 10 goals, 11 goals, maybe, right? But if you compare that to somebody like Nicolas Jackson, Jackson has missed a lot more chances. I feel like the expectation, yes, we put a lot of expectation on Sterling, given that Sterling is paid a lot of money. There's a lot that you expect from Sterling, given where Sterling is coming from. You expect him to come into the team just like Cole Palmer and have so much of a big impact. What of Nicolas Jackson? Nicolas Jackson last season, he didn't do well. He missed a lot of chances.
Okay, I don't disagree with you on Nicolas Jackson. But how old is Nicolas Jackson and how old is Sterling?
So age now factors into this decision?
Sterling is a is a maestro, is a senior player. He's meant to be a. You don't compare the influence Thiago Silva had in Chelsea till now. This season, first 2 games that Chelsea has played, they are still singing, "Oh Thiago Silva, oh Thiago." That's somebody that lived. Thiago Silva was on 120,000, half of what Sterling was earning. And would you compare the impact Thiago Silva made to the impact Sterling made?
You can't compare it, and I think it's quite unfair to compare that because like they are both playing different roles, right? What is the expectation of what you want from Sterling? The expectation of what you want from
I
Sterling.
expected that when Sterling comes to Chelsea, he will carry the team on his back, right?
So that's what I'm saying.
And be a captain material. But
So that's
Sterling is none of that.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the expectations are a lot higher than some of the expectations you're giving to players that you should put a lot more expectations on, right? For example, Nicholas Jackson.
You can argue that Nicholas Jackson is learning his trade. And if we even pull up the stats, comparing Sterling at that age and comparing Nicholas Jackson, you find out that maybe Nicholas Jackson even scored more goals and had more assists, has more goal involvement than Sterling at that age.
Okay, I can't speak more on that because we don't have that exact stat to prove that Nicholas Jackson has more goals, at his age, has more goal contributions at his age compared to when Sterling was his age. We can't really show that.
And note, Sterling was in his prime at that same age. He was in Man City in a team that is ready made. The engine is oiled for you. The only goals I remember Sterling scoring in Man City is tapping.
But that's the nature of how they played him, right? You can't
tapping. And he's
that's
happy.
the nature of how they played him, right? So let's talk about system. Let's talk about system, right? I think Sterling makes a very good system player. I think he makes a very good squad player if he's able to follow the instructions that he's given, right? Keep him on the bench.
No, not for 300. I disagree. Not for 325,000 pounds per week. An example is you are bringing in Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is there. You are bringing in Felix.
Yeah,
these 2 players are better than Modric and Sterling Sterling, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So why would one person must be sold between both of them? And if you are to pick who will be sold, who do you think? Are you going to sell a 23-year-old that is on like 150 a week, or you sell a 29-year-old that is on 325 a week? If you are faced with that option, who would you sell?
No, that makes sense. Obviously, you have to sell him. I just feel like if the decision should have been like, it's almost like the coach had to confirm again that this is a good decision to sell Sterling.
Okay, but let's even hear what the coach had to say.
Okay, let's hear what the coach has to say.
Yeah, let's hear what the coach has to say.
I've read the words describing the way you've dealt with Raheem and Ben and potentially other players as well as brutal. Do you see yourself as brutal?
Brutal? I don't think so. I just try to be honest. I said, and I can repeat again in case it's not clear. I spoke with Raheem before City game. I said that he's going to struggle to get minutes with us, and this is the reason why he was out of the squad. And with Chile, I said that it's a lovely guy, but he's going to struggle because his position with us is going to struggle. It's not because he's. I'm not saying that Raheem is no good player, but I prefer different kind of wingers. And this is the reason why. I think that from outside, I'm working in this moment with 21 players. Today's session is with 20 players. Yesterday's session was with 21. So it's the other 15 or 20, they're training apart. And in USA, we are 26 or 27 players. So it's not if they are Chelsea player, 42, 43, yes, for sure. But they are not working with me every day. I don't see them. So it's not a mess.
Yeah. So he basically like addressed everything, right? That we spoke about, talking about the whole Raheem Sterling conversation, and also like talking about the squad, the size of the squad, and the players that he's working with. I can understand, right, from both sides of like, I've already made that communication to you.
Yeah,
that you don't fit in my squad, right?
He doesn't. He just said he doesn't want you, right? That's why I said from the beginning. The case of Raheem Sterling is a case of you broke up with someone.
Yeah.
A girlfriend, and the girlfriend is still insisting, oh, you've been with me for 2 years, you must. I've told you already, we're not moving forward. it's not a do or die relationship, right? The club does not want you. Find another club and move on. There was no need for that statement and all these controversies. Like, he just showed that he's petty. And I understand from his side, in the sense that he has kids. He's a family man.
Yeah.
Right? It's difficult 2 weeks to the end of transfer. You tell him that he's no more wanted, right?
Yeah.
It's more difficult for
You
him
don't
because
give
he
him
has
a
to-
lot of options, right?
Yes,
So,
he has to move his children, different things. But at the same time, you had
it's the nature of the
preseason.
game.
You are paid the big bucks. Why are you crying foul? No,
Nah, crying foul is crazy. Crying foul is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's what he's doing. He's crying foul. That's what he's doing. At the end of the day, what's come to us? Chelsea will pay him close to 17 million, because I think that's like the value of his contract.
if he can't be sold, basically.
Yes. So why is he crying foul?
Do you think it's the statements that he made that basically triggered all the treatments that came after? Because they took his number from him, right? And they banished him from the first team. Is this the right way to navigate it? I know maybe the
No,
statement
but
was not the
you know
best
the-
thing, but stripping, taking the number from him and then banning him out from first team.
But you know this the
Isn't it
case
too
is
rash?
the thing with Raheem Sterling forgets that the people that own this club, they are venture capitalists. They are guys that are brutal. To them, they look at the players as stocks, money. Everything is all about money for these guys. Do you think they really care? They don't care. The coach has said he doesn't want you. So they will move you on. They don't care. You are not one of their most prized assets. If Enzo came out and told the hierarchy he doesn't want Caicedo, Caicedo is not good enough, then they might say, it might be a case of negotiation. Okay, just try. And I'm very sure the same thing has happened with Modric. He's told them that he's not good enough. But there's a negotiation that went down, like, just try him. Let's see how he does for
how
1
far it
year
goes. Yeah.
before we sell him. Just keep him on the bench in your squad, please. It's different from Raheem Sterling. There's any 325. You've given them power, like, 325, you don't want him. Bravo, that's good.
We get to
Sell him off. Then you now went.
we get to save money.
We could have even gone to the manager's office on the Monday to knock and say, Gaffer, boss, why was I left out? I promised to fight for my share. Do you get?
Yeah.
Just give me a chance and I will not mess it up. But you had the audacity to release a statement
So
10 minutes before the match.
if the statement was not released, right, do you think there was a chance for Sterling to make it back into the squad?
I don't know, but it will not be as bloody and dirty as what just happened. An example is Chilwell. Chilwell has been in this position from preseason.
Yeah.
Chilwell only played 30 minutes in preseason. The man doesn't like him. And it happens with some players. A new coach comes, they don't just like you.
You just feel like
Right?
the way you play, they don't like it. Yeah.
Chilwell has been isolated. He's not like only 30 minutes in preseason. Sterling even played more minutes. The man has concluded on Chilwell long before Sterling. They got back to England. Chilwell has been training away from the squad. We never heard a statement from Chilwell. We never heard Chilwell's representative come out and Chalobah was left in the UK. Was not even taken for preseason. He was not. They didn't even book. They didn't give him ticket. He wasn't booked. Chelsea didn't have enough money to book flights for Chalobah. That's how bad it was. But we've not heard a statement from Chalobah till now. We've not heard a statement from Ben Chilwell till now. They've not taken Ben Chilwell's number. They've not. To make sure that the club deal with him properly, they've taken the number from him. You want to be stubborn. You want to prove that you are bigger than the club. No player is bigger than this club. These guys are more even ruthless than Abramovich. Collect his number. They've already started selling Pedro Neto's number as 19 in the shop, Chelsea shop. Some people have bought 19, Pedro Neto 19, and they've collected that number and changed Pedro Neto just to deal with him. Sterling says he's not coming back to train in the facility. He wants to train in his house. The club says,
whether you like
your house, but we'll find another club for you, but train in your house if that's what you want.
Yeah, because when you think about it, like, yes, he might not be performing, but it's just like saying Liverpool.
He's feeling too entitled.
But let me compare it for you. I can argue that there were times, even as a Liverpool fan, there were times where Salah was not performing well.
But you can't compare Salah to Sterling.
I'm not comparing Salah to Sterling. No.
Yes.
I'm not comparing Salah to Sterling. But then I'm saying there were times where Salah was not performing well. Imagine if Arne Slot came to the team and says Salah, you will struggle to get minutes. Are you
But-
telling me that Salah will not release a statement
But
that says
no,
that?
Salah has built up more street cred with Liverpool
But that's
fans.
it. No, but that's the
Sterling
thing.
does not have any street credibility. You're not getting it.
I'm
On the
getting it,
field,
but I'm
he
saying that
has no Sterling has no street credibility. He has no credibility. He's not done anything. There's no journalist that will come out and say, "Oh, Sterling has been magnificent."
no, we're comparing. See, what I'm comparing is not necessarily like
The caliber of the player.
the caliber. Yeah, I'm comparing the caliber that for somebody
we are
that.
talking of a player that was dropped from England squad.
But we're talking about a player that we're talking about a player that has is like a big name player, right? You can't compare somebody like Sterling to somebody like all these new boys that you guys are signing.
Was
right?
A big name player. Sterling
I think
Sterling is like a shirt that you've worn, right? Chelsea went and bought it for second hand and is washed. Print and everything on the shirt is washed.
What if Sterling goes to another club and then starts performing?
You're planning to go for your friends, a good party where guys will show up, everybody with their bar. Do you want to wear that faded shirt? Come on. He's not good enough for Man City. I'm just telling you, he's not good enough for Man City.
Okay.
Right? Would you have Sterling in your team? No, you won't have Sterling in Liverpool. He's not good enough for Liverpool.
Okay. Let's compare Sterling to Gabriel Jesus.
Don't even start with me. Gabriel Jesus is better. Arsenal fans will not even have Sterling on their bench.
But Arsenal fans complain sometimes about Gabriel Jesus.
Yes, but they will not even have.
But there's still conversation of Arsenal signing a striker.
Yes, but they will not have Gabriel. They will not have Sterling on their bench or in their squad. Then why should Sterling be good enough for Chelsea, or why should Sterling force himself on us?
I just feel like this is what I feel personally. I feel like this thing that Maresca has done with the whole Sterling situation, I don't agree with it. Right? The reason why I don't agree with it is you can give a lot of stats of like, oh, last season, this is what you did, right?
Yeah.
I watched last season and I saw there were games that, or more, if not because of, there were games that, if not because of Sterling.
Which games?
There was a game I watched with Chelsea. Wait.
Maximum
I remember this game. It was Chelsea. Was it Chelsea Luton Town?
You even said it, Luton Town.
But that game, you guys struggled in that game.
Luton Town. Let me land
with this point. It was Chelsea Sterling in that game against Luton Town. If not because of Sterling in that game, you guys were not winning that game.
Sterling, let me not even tell you, the two Luton Town games, Sterling did not do anything in those games. The people that did something was Madueke, Palmer, and Jackson. In the two-legged game, maybe it's another game.
I remember, if it's not Luton Town, then maybe I cannot remember the team. But I remember there were games I watched that Sterling, he on his good day. No, but we know.
Okay, I remember the Luton Town game.
Yes, I remember
Luton scored us first.
Luton scored you guys, and then Sterling
came and he
came and he scored. So what I'm saying is this: why not make Sterling a super sub? Why not keep him on? No, but that's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying.
He did it. He scored for Man City when we played Man City.
Even against Man City, like you guys, you get what I'm saying? I'm saying my problem with Maresca, right? He's coming into this team, right? And I'm not saying that Maresca will not cook, will not do great things for Chelsea, but giving away a player like Sterling, right? Just because of how you saw him play preseason, right? I don't think is enough data points to make that decision that you're leaving him out of your squad.
Maresca has been with Sterling for Man City.
I just think he's not in. I just think this was something where maybe he might not have liked him.
Yes,
he might not have liked him.
That's just Sterling for Man City.
I know he's been Sterling for Man City. I just feel like it's a case of he might not have liked him.
They got rid of him with Guardiola, two of them. They had a reason. And you think he will still use the same player that was washed?
I just feel like it's a very rushed decision, right? Because I personally would say
it's a very brilliant decision. Give that 325,000 pounds Victor Osimhen. You are better off.
You rather have.
I would rather have
right now
replace Sterling in my team.
No, that's fine. But you're telling me now. I'm giving you two players right now on this board. You rather have Mikhailo Mudryk over Raheem Sterling.
They are both dead players now.
So what are we saying?
Both of them are not
But
good
Mikhailo
enough.
Mudryk is still in the squad.
That's what I'm
Keeping him in
telling
the
you.
squad.
What I'm telling you is that the decision would have been pick one and sell, keep one on the bench and sell one between Mikhailo Modric and Sterling. And if you ask me, selling
know.
Sterling is a better decision. Keep Modric there. He's still going to be sold anyways. Two of them are not good enough. So
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
we'll see. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah,
anyways.
we'll
So,
definitely see how it pans out like this season. But I definitely just feel like I understand, right? It was almost the same thing with what happened last season with Salah, right? We saw Klopp remove Salah. A player like Salah, you sub him out, right? You saw the friction. A player like Salah, you leave him on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Players like Sterling are players you want to incite. There are players like Sterling are players you want to challenge. You get what I'm saying?
but Sterling doesn't feel challenged.
You're just saying that. Well, I'm saying that this is a new coach. You want to impress the coach. You give him an opportunity, not just in preseason. You're like, yeah, I've seen you preseason, then that's his goal. No, bench him, bring him in as a super sub, give him a reason to want to stay in this squad, give him a chance.
For £325,000.
You keep calling the money, but you're talking about an impact a player
I'm
will
thinking
make.
of the money. You can give that money to an Osimhen
rather
or
than
a striker, and he will do better things for you.
Okay, I mean that's fine. That's completely fine, right? That's completely fine.
Selling out is a very brilliant decision.
I mean that's completely fine.
If there's anything I praise them for, I praise them for that.
I mean, you personally, that's how you feel. I just feel like and you guys comment, in the comment section, leave your comment and say what you guys think. But I personally feel like if they are giving Sterling way more opportunities to bench him, bring him in.
Nothing new he wants to do.
I mean, give him a price code, keep him as a squad player. We had in teams, you have older players, right, that come from the bench all the time. It's nothing new. So that's just what I feel personally. But yeah, let's segue into Maresca, because this is a very good conversation, like having this new coach. Yeah. So far, you've watched some games, right? You lost against Man City, one in the Europa Conference League. What are you thinking about him as a coach, the play style, as a Chelsea fan? Are you feeling more positive? Because when I watched that, I didn't watch the game.
I'm neutral about him.
Oh, you're neutral about him? You don't feel like...
I'm not negative, I'm not positive. I'm just like, let's see what this dude is going to do.
Interesting.
I'm not really excited. I'm not really like... It's too early for me to shout.
To tell.
When it's time for me to shout, you will hear my voice. But at the same time, I don't have much hopes. He's a championship manager that is running our club. So, what do you expect?
I see.
We're playing with Serviette and we're struggling.
Yeah, and that game,
paper towel, and we're struggling, right? So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what. So that's it. We'll see. I'm just neutral on the situation. If the coach doesn't do well, it's not the coach's fault. I'll blame the hierarchy. So
okay, yeah. Sounds good. Anyways, that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also share this video.
We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers. So
wow, the road to 3,000. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, bye.